Hi everyone, this is Dale C. Washington of Greater Works, Prophetic Ministry, and Raw. It is Monday night, February 22nd of 2021. The title is Lullaby Baby. This is a continuation of a message that I shared about 2 weeks ago that was titled Air Invasion, Ear Invasion. Okay, so when I did that video and that message, I stated that message came from a dream that the Lord gave me. That was a prophetic message from a prophetic dream, and I said that, well, it had another interpretation that I would try to share at another time. So yes, it does, but I'm not going to share that other interpretation of that dream on tonight. I'm still going to try to get to that at another time. Tonight I'm going to share information with you all that I was unable to include when I did the initial message. So I kind of cut things short because I didn't want the video to be too long. So also there were a few things that I forgot to say that I did intend to say on 2 weeks ago in the message Air Invasion. So I'm going to just jump right in, and then I'm going to tell you all how I got to the title Lullaby Baby. So I forgot to say this on February 7th. That was the last time I uploaded a message. So I was talking about the contaminated corn crops. And I wanted to say that the chemical and biological weapons that are being released from the air is affecting crops and animals. Okay, so I do believe that it's affecting crops in general, not just corn crops, and definitely animals are being affected by this. And I don't have time to go into things that God has shown me concerning certain animals. Okay, well, I would say birds in particular. Okay, so I don't have time to go into that. So more specifically, the dream that I shared 2 weeks ago, which was air invasion, that dream was showing me that corn crops are being targeted on purpose. The dream was showing me infected ears of corn, and of course that was also interpretive of other things that I did share in that message at that time. So if you have not seen that message, you won't really know what I'm talking about, and I'm going to link that in the description box with this message. Okay, so I also intended to say at that time that crops are being destroyed, and this will help to trigger a famine. All right. The key word is help. It's going to help trigger a famine. And I say that because whenever famine does hit, it will be as a result of several different events and catastrophes. All right. So I don't believe that this country and the world is going to go into famine because of one thing. I think it's going to be several different things that leads to famine. So I don't know how far away we are, but famine is coming. Also at a later date, I'm going to try to upload a prophetic message the Lord gave me from 2016 or either 2017. It's in written form. I'm also going to try to share that to the YouTube channel. Okay, so also as we're talking about famine, I'm sure that many of you have been hearing about Bill Gates' synthetic meat, all right, that he's been talking about. So now I'm going to move on into Lullaby Baby. So As I said, this is a continuation from the message I did 2 weeks ago, air invasion. So as I was preparing to come back and share the rest of what I wanted to say in the previous message, the Lord began speaking the words lullaby, baby, into my spirit, and I'm going to explain what that means. Lullaby, baby, in other words, baby is short for Babylon. So the meaning of the title is Lullaby Babylon. So it also means, this is what the enemy is saying, let's put Babylon to sleep with the soothing sounds of a lullaby as she sinks into the deep, as she sinks into the abyss. Keep speaking sweet words to baby. Keep singing soothing songs to baby. Keep putting Babylon to sleep with sweet soothing sounds and words, 'cause Babylon is living on a lie. Babylon is living a lie. America is being lied to, and they want it that way. They like it like that. So as I was preparing this and as I was hearing God, I was reminded of an old song by a group called Fleetwood Mac. And it goes something like, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies, tell me lies. So some of you may be familiar with that song. I don't know, but that's what people are saying. That's what a large portion of America, they like being lied to. They like lullabies, the soothing sounds and the soothing words of lullabies. So right now, I'm going to start getting into Lullaby Baby, but I'm going to pick up from a portion of what I had said in ear invasion or air invasion. So if you heard this part in the previous video, that's fine. And this is where it starts, and then it's going to lead on into the rest of what I wanted to say that I could not include 2 weeks ago. Okay. So you may have heard me say this part. And so this is my starting point. So we're talking about lull. Again, the message is lullaby baby. Okay, we're talking about lull, the word lull. So many of you don't know what's coming, and many of you don't know what's already here, because you've been lulled to sleep by the enemy. Many have been lulled by lies and deception, by false prophets and false prophecies. So what does lull mean? I'm going to go over that again with you all. Lull is to calm or send to sleep, typically with soothing sounds or movements. An example is soothing lies, soothing prophecy, soothing words of encouragement while you're on your way to hell. All right. Now, a lot of false prophets are good for that, telling you what you want to hear, telling you soothing words and giving you encouragement at a time when you actually need correction. So a lot of them are going to encourage some of you to hell. Okay? They're going to encourage people to hell. All right. Now, also, what does the word lull means? To cause someone to feel deceptively secure or confident. This is the job and the assignment of the false prophet and false prophetesses. All right. So a little bit later in this message, I'm going to get into other people that have taken on this assignment other than false prophets. There are other people who have this same assignment to cause you to feel deceptively secure and confident. Okay. So false prophets are bombarding the airways with lies, deception, and misinformation. It is air invasion and ear invasion. Okay, so here are some more ways that people are being lulled. Okay, you're being lulled through complacency. Some are being lulled to sleep by stimulus checks. You're being lulled to sleep by entertainment and music. Okay, so about 2 years ago, I think it was around 2018, maybe 2018, I heard the Lord say, you're being lulled even through your food. Okay? Even through your food, you're being lulled. So many times I have actually experienced feeling sleepy and drugged after consuming certain foods. Okay, and I'm not talking about the foods necessarily that you're looking at on this visual that I have here. I just put that up there. But I'm not going to say right now what foods I noticed that sleepy feeling of feeling like, oh my gosh, it's like someone drugged me. But I experienced that after eating certain foods, and I know a few other people who have experienced the same thing. Okay, so at a later time, much later after God spoke that to me, that we're being lulled even through our food, then he allowed me to know that we are also being lulled through even cooking shows. Okay, we're even being lulled through cooking shows. In the last several years, there has been an explosion over the internet in cooking shows. Now, they've been around for a while, but I've noticed an explosion of them even more so in recent years. Okay, so and I'm not saying that, oh, that doesn't mean that you're not supposed to watch cooking shows. That's not what I'm saying, because I watch them from time to time, as I'm sure a lot of you do. I learned a lot of new recipes, a lot of great recipes from watching cooking shows. But the Lord allowed me to know that even that is something that is lulling, putting people in that state. It's lulling some of us. Okay, you're being, and this is how you're being lulled by, when you look at cooking shows, you're being lulled when you look at these shows, and there always seems to be an abundance of food, but in reality, the opposite is true. Yeah, the opposite is true. Yeah, we're not at the point of famine yet, but it gives you, if you don't know what's coming, and if you don't know what's about to happen, this can give you, and some of the other things I'm discussing, including the food shows, it can give people that don't know what's going on a false sense of security. Okay? These cooking shows are showing us the joy of cooking and the joy of eating, the joy of good food. And yes, by all means, let's enjoy it while it all lasts. But let's be wise and be aware of what's to come. Let's stock up. Okay? Prophetically, God has been speaking for some time now that famine is coming. Okay? As I said, I'm going to share a prophetic message from some years ago as soon as I can with you all that God gave me as a warning. Famine is coming. All right? If you didn't already know that food shortages were coming, as I stated, I think in the previous video, and if you didn't know that crops and corn crops are being contaminated, if you didn't know that famine is coming, you would never know. You would never know it by looking at some of these food networking cooking shows. You are lulled to sleep when you trust what your natural eyes see. says the Lord. Let me say that again. You are lulled to sleep when you trust what your natural eyes see. If you go into a grocery store, now that's my next visual. If you go into a grocery store and the shelves are full, okay, and the store is fully stocked, you're being lulled. If you trust what your eyes see, you would say, there is no way that a famine is coming. There is no way that America is sinking. If you go by what you see with your natural eyes, you would say there's no way that America can be defeated. Some people are being lulled by drugs, and that is prescription and non-prescription drugs. Okay, we're talking about lullaby baby. Okay, so some people are being being lulled through drugs, prescription and non-prescription. And that is why the legalization of marijuana has been underway from state to state. The enemy is using various methods, devices, and vices because he wants you to stay in a state of sedation and deep state slumber. I'm going to say that again. The enemy is using various methods, devices, and vices because he wants you to stay in a state of sedation and deep state slumber. The enemy wants to keep you blind, dumb, and asleep so that you'll be caught off guard. Then you won't know what's coming, and you don't already know what's here. Okay? Not only will you not know what's coming, you don't even know what is here. You don't even know what's going on right under your nose. Also, you know, and then when people try to tell you the reality of what's happening, you won't believe it. You won't believe it. Now, lastly, I want to discuss that there are too many people who are being lulled by the lies and the false prophets. Not only the false prophets, but false promises of politicians and pretend presidents. That is the other way that people are being lulled. By the false promises and the lies of the politicians and pretend presidents. They say, come, let's speak soothing words and play soothing music as Babylon sinks into the abyss. Let's sing her a lullaby as she goes bye-bye. Let's sing Babylon a lullaby as she goes bye-bye. Now, Obama's lullaby for Babylon was, yes, we can. That was his lullaby for Babylon. He said, yes, we can. Yes, we can what? Yes, we can what? Trump's lullaby was, make America great again. That was his lullaby for Babylon. So now we have, yes, we can make America great again. Now, Joe Biden is soothing the baby with what? America is back. Now, I don't know if this is someone's picture from a video, but I got it off Google. That's where I got that from. Joe Biden is soothing the baby with America is back. And in my conclusion, I want to say the only thing that's back is the beast. He's